What's up, everyone? Back for another Whodunit Beer review, and today's beer comes courtesy of a very good friend of mine and a viewer of the channel, Jeff, aka NoJinx. So thank you very much, Jeff. I'll post a link in the description box to the beer mail unboxing video that contains all the goodies Jeff sent my way, but he included 5 different Whodunit beers, and I can't wait to get into them. This is the first of the 5, so once again, thank you very much, Jeff. Now, if you're unfamiliar with what Whodunit beer reviews are, they are basically blind/mystery beer reviews where somebody will wrap up and conceal a beer, like Jeff did with this one, and then they will either send or give me said beer, and I'll review it like I do any other beer on my channel, with the lone exception being I have no idea what the beer is. So at the end of the review, I'll try to guess the beer's style, its ABV, and if I'm feeling confident enough, which usually doesn't happen, I will try to guess the exact beer itself. I've done it a few times and I've missed both times. I think I did it actually twice and didn't hit it either time, so it's very rare I do that. After that, I will then rate the beer, although sometimes I forget to do that. Sometimes, by half the time, I'd say I forget to rate the beer, and then I'll reveal the beer to both you and myself and see how well I did. So what do I know about this beer? Well, it's in a 16-ounce can. It was sent to me by Jeff, who resides in the state of Michigan, and that's all I know. This is funny. For all of these beers, Jeff actually put them in aluminum foil as the wrapping instead of, like Christmas paper or things like that. And he also wrote 1 through 5 on each of the beers, and he said you don't have to do them in any specific order. You don't have to go, from 1 to 5. So I just took the middle one, number 3, and here we are. So yeah, I have no idea what this is. Like I said, 16-ounce can. You usually start suspecting hazy, so on and so forth. But yeah, anyway, I rolled this one off camera before I turned on the camera, and this has been out of my fridge for about 45 minutes. So hopefully we're in like the 50-55 range. Anyway, let me crack it open and we'll get into it. So right off the get-go, this does not look like a hazy. Here we go. No, definitely not a hazy. Opposite of a hazy. Definitely looks like some kind of stout or porter. And go like that. Now, I usually do that and then be like, oh, I'll pour the rest in at the end. And I always forget that too because I don't know what the hell I'm doing most of the time. Anyway, what does that look like? That looks like an imperial stout, honestly, to me. I can see alcohol legs on the side. Has about a finger and a half of this mocha to almost dark brown looking head, very creamy looking. The body itself pitch black, maybe just really like a dark brown because there is a little bit of like brown hints here at the bottom. But yeah, it looks like an imperial porter, imperial stout, something like that. Let's get a nose. It smells barrel aged to some degree. Yeah, definitely getting. Ooh, I want to say right from the rip, there has to be some kind of chocolate in here. And I'm going to hold true to the end on that unless the taste is all over the place, but smells like a really sweet milk chocolate. Oh. Yeah, chocolate, vanilla, oak. There's a barrel presence here. This is a little bit cooler than I want, 45 degrees. It's been out for 45. Should be, around 50, 55. I'd say this is more like 45, 50. I don't know. Didn't warm up as well as I wanted it to. Could be like a little bit of cinnamon or some kind of spiciness in here. Kind of smells like it has more than just a chocolate adjunct to it. Could be vanilla. The vanilla is quite strong. Smells like a bigger beer, I'd guess on the nose, 9 to 10% easily. But yeah, I'm going to say either bourbon or whiskey with some kind of chocolate adjunct, maybe like a cinnamon or some kind of spicy note to it. Wouldn't be surprised if vanilla. That's just based on the nose. But it smells like a really well-made, barrel-aged kind of like chocolate stout or something. Smells really good. Let's get into it. Cheers, everybody. Thanks again, Jeff. All right, a couple things. Number one, this is a big beer. I'm gonna say at least 10%. It might be in like it's bigger than 10%. That's what I feel anyway. Watch me be completely wrong. First off, body. I'm drinking it like quite easily, but hang on. Body's like higher side of medium, lower side of full. Not thick and chewy, but it's definitely a bigger beer. You can tell this is definitely imperial beer of some sort. The mouthfeel has a little bit more carbonation than I anticipated, considering I think it's barrel aged. Yeah, I mean, it's slightly soft, slightly smooth, but has more carbonation than I anticipate. So here's one thing. I'm getting this really nice, dry, almost bitter sensation on the back end. Kind of almost makes me think like this is like a black IPA that's barrel aged, which probably doesn't exist. So it's probably just a really roasty, almost like very heavily hopped, like Russian Imperial Stout. It has that bourbon or whiskey or some kind of spirit to it. So right in front at the tip of the tongue, I'm getting like a spiciness. To me, it's like cinnamon allspice. I don't know if that, I lean towards cinnamon like in a beer like this. But as it passes through the palate, the chocolate hits. It's not as much chocolate as in the nose. So now I'm wondering if there is chocolate in here. Probably not. Yeah, there's chocolate, there's vanilla, there's oak, there's an oak dryness, there's the spirit, the barrel is here. I'm getting a slight sour note on the back end, like very slight, like almost, have you ever had like a sour stout that isn't super sour? Kind of getting that kind of aspect to it. There's almost a burning in my chest, a very heavy warming in my chest, into my stomach. Right from the get-go, I can tell you right now, I feel like this is at least 10%. I'm going to say 12%. I'm going to go, just for shits and giggles, 12.2%. That's what I'm going to go for the ABV on this beer. Drinking on it, there's an alcohol dryness, there's a bittering aspect, there's a big dryness on the back end, and because of that warming into the chest and just the taste, I can taste the spirit, I can taste the booziness. I'm going to say 12.2 at the very least. Could be bigger. If it's smaller, then this is not the alcohol well, but 12.2% on this one. What do I think this is? Because of the body and the mouthfeel, I would say this is an Imperial Porter of some sort. Wouldn't be surprised if it's an Imperial Stout. So I'm going to lock in Imperial Porter. There's some kind of adjuncts going on, chocolate, vanilla, cinnamon. One of those three, but I'll just lock in chocolate and cinnamon kind of when I got in the nose. So Imperial Porter, 12.2%, cinnamon, chocolate, and that's it. I don't know where that sourness is coming from. I have no idea. How much am I enjoying this one? I like it. That bitterness on the back end is kind of astringent to some degree. I think it's just a mix of like the oak tannin kind of dryness and slight bitterness with the base beer plus the alcohol. It's kind of a little bit too dry and a little bit too bitter on the back end for me. I want this one to be a little bit sweeter. Now, if this ends up being a black IPA or something, sure, hits the nail on the head. Let me pour the rest in. I remembered. Let me pour the rest in and just see, let's just see if I'm missing anything here or if anything changes. Because I'm struggling a little bit. Now I'm going to lock in chocolate, cinnamon, Imperial Porter, 12.2%. I'm fucking wrong. And you know what? I don't really care. Because this was a lot of fun. 4 out of 5. I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. This would be like a 4.25 if that bitterness wasn't there. So let's see. I'll go with the tape here at the top and we'll see. If this is under 12% though, I'm going to be surprised because at the end, how do I get on? Can I just rip this? I'm just going to rip it like this. What do we got here? Big Lake Barrel Aged something. Barrel Aged Dark. Wow. No. Maybe that's where it was coming from. Do they even list the ABV on this? Okay, so real vanilla. I thought there was vanilla, but I don't know. I don't see an ABV on here. Is there no ABV? Are you fucking kidding me? All right, so this is from Big Lake Brewing out of Holland, Michigan. Their barrel-aged dark star says with real vanilla. So on the side here, it says a barrel-aged breakfast stout with coffee, cocoa, oats, and vanilla beans. So I said there was chocolate and there's cinnamon. I don't know where the cinnamon was coming from. Could have been the coffee. Could have been like a nice spiciness from the coffee. Vanilla bean, I can see, as I said, there's a big blast of vanilla, and I wouldn't be surprised 3 adjuncts I mentioned were chocolate, vanilla, and cinnamon. So chocolate, cocoa, and vanilla is in here. Oats, yeah, I mean, the mouthfeel doesn't really, to me, I don't perceive it as having oats or, you know, some kind of adjunct that would enhance the soft creaminess to it. Really not there for me. And the coffee, I missed on that. That's where the dryness was coming from, probably on the back end, but I didn't taste coffee. Like I did not taste like an actual rich coffee to it. Now, again, I don't know the age on this. There is no bottle on date or canned on date. Just says what I read before, 1 pint, 16 fluid ounces, dive in, recycle. No ABV. I do not see an ABV anywhere. So Jeff, if you know the ABV, let me know. I don't know. It definitely drinks like a 12% boozy Imperial Porter, Imperial Stout of some kind. I would say I did okay, but I'm bummed out that I missed out on the coffee. But to be honest with you, you got to be honest with these reviews. It's the only way you can, do these. I don't know what it is. So the coffee not there for me. The cocoa was there. The vanilla was there. I thought it was coming more from the barrel, so it wasn't as intense vanilla as, you know, they're saying with real vanilla and added and whatnot. And the oats, I didn't think the mouthfeel was all that good. So I say 4 out of 5 for barrel-aged Dark Star with vanilla from Big Lake. If you've had this one before, let me know what you think about it. And once again, Jeff, let me know the ABV. Again, I don't see it anywhere on the can, and that's disappointing. You know, at this point in time, when it comes to craft beer, you should have the ABV on the label, especially something like this where it's barrel-aged and with adjuncts and stuff. You should know the ABV. So the fact that it's not on the label is kind of a bummer. Unless I'm just a moron and I'm missing it, but it's completely possible. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to go look up the ABV after this. And when you guys see this one, you'll probably already know the ABV if you look it up or if Jeff posts in the comment section. But I think it's a good beer, 4 out of 5. Really fun to try. So thanks again, Jeff, for hooking me up with this one. Price availability, I have no idea. I'd have to imagine something like this is between $7 to $10 a can. And availability, I know Big Lake gets distribution throughout Michigan, so I don't know if they're in any other states at this point, but definitely in Michigan. So again, if you've had this one before, let me know what you think about it. Jeff. Let me know the price, the availability, for sure, along with the ABV if you know it. And yeah, I think I did okay. Definitely didn't nail it, but picked up on at least one of the adjuncts, a couple. I knew it was barrel-aged. I said Imperial Porter, it's Imperial Stout. Here's the thing, though. It was thin, so I mean, this is one of the thinner breakfast stouts that I've had, but when you put something in a barrel, it usually thins it out. So I would love to, if they make this beer without the barrel, I would love to try that. Anyway, this is going a little bit longer than I anticipated. This is the first Whodunit Beer review in months. So yeah, I think I did all right. Let me know what you think. Appreciate everybody stopping by. Thanks again to Jeff for hooking me up with this one. Until the next one, cheers.